This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Going into this matchup between the Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder, the champs, I was expecting for the Knicks to make a statement. That didn't happen. Let's analyze. Going into that game, folks, I don't know about you, but right before the Knicks OKC tip-off, I was watching the incredible comeback and win by the UConn Huskies. The men, that is. There was an incredible, and this will be played up there with the Christian Laettner shot that came from the Duke side 36 years ago. 36 years ago. And there's a new one that's going to be heard around the NCAA world for years to come. And that was a shot by one Braylon Mullins. Braylon Mullins. I'm sure that's going to be front and center, especially if UConn can find a way to win it all. An amazing shot. Braylon Mullins looked like his distant relative, Chris Mullins. They're not related at all. I looked it up. They're not related. But, I mean, to take that shot, incredible. He had to. He had no choice. The ball was passed to him, and he let it fly. That shot, he was 1 for 5 from 3. That was incredible. He made the shot that he needed to make, and UConn advances. Incredible. If you didn't see that shot by now, go look it up. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. The Knicks. Going into that game, I'm like, all right, they lost to one of the hottest teams in the Hornets and a team that is balling out. I'm not taking anything away from them. Charles Lee, I believe, is the coach down there. He has them balling and playing very well to the point where that's a team that no one in the top of the East wants to play, whether it's the Pistons, whether it's the Celtics, the Knicks. Got to be careful with the Charlotte Hornets. They're not a game. And I sat back and I'm like, all right, the Knicks lost to the Hornets, no big deal. I had the game against OKC and OKC penciled in my calendar. Why, you ask? Because I'm like, going in to this game, you have 8 games left. It's go time. And it's time. It's time. It's time to put to the wayside the fact that, the Knicks have not beating, certain teams and blah, blah, blah. The Detroit Pistons, who are balling, who are absolutely balling, despite the fact they don't have Cade Cunningham right now. Balling, y'all. Balling. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Balling. And that has me concerned. It does. Because I'm like, you know what? I think when it matters, I think the Knicks will be able to handle them. But this game against OKC had me questioning a lot. And one thing I told you I will never question is leading into a major game. Healthy or not, Jalen Brunson is always going to show up. Always. And both he and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pretty much canceled each other out. Shai had 30, JB had 32, right? JB is always going to show up and show out. And there was a guy who I defended, and I told y'all, I think it was the last video, the video before that, I said, Mikal Bridges, not worried about him. I'm not. He was a winner in college. I believe he won 2 with JB. And when it matters in the playoffs, you saw how he stepped up when it came to eliminating the Celtics last playoffs. Defensive plays and scoring. And, I mean, You saw what he did. Tonight, he was the second scoring option for most of the game at times, and then enter stage left, right? Oh, right, or whatever it is. Josh Hart. Josh Hart, again, you've got to give this man a lot of credit for working on his jump shot. You can't leave Josh Hart open anymore. You can't do it. Josh Hart was 5 for 9 from the field, and he was 5 for 7 from 3. So his Villanova teammates are going to show up. And I told you, I wish and I hope the Knicks can somehow bring back Dante DiVincenzo, because I understand why Leon Rose got the Villanova guys together. There's a competitiveness about them, and JB knows that he's not going to be on an island on his own. These guys are going to fight with him, tooth and nail. They're going to fight with him. Now, during the broadcast, during the telecast, you heard Reggie Miller, and they were saying something. I don't know if it was Reggie, but who's the second guy? And Reggie was like, it's got to be Cat. Karl-Anthony Towns had, 2 points at halftime? I believe that's what it was, right? And they had Caruso on him. I was really annoyed seeing that, frustrated. And I want, this is like a broken record with Cat. And the thing that really got me upset was, you saw a few games ago on NBC, Vince Carter was pointing to Cat, talking to him. I'm like, Cat, this is a veteran. This is a Hall of Famer telling you, talking to you. You had Shaq, a few, televised game. I forgot which game it was. The Houston game, I believe. Talking to him. No. The Knicks are going to, if the Knicks win, they're going to talk about Jalen Brunson. But it starts with you. Something to that effect. You can go back and do the Googles on that. Shaq, a Hall of Famer. Top 10 player ever to play this game. Most dominant player these eyes have ever seen. Shaquille O'Neal is trying to talk to you. Big man to big man. Center to center. Trying to talk to you. Trying to motivate you. And it went by the wayside. Yeah, but it doesn't matter who wins. And listen to the man. He has 4 championships. And he played with arguably one of the greatest. Many people will put Kobe. To me, Kobe is top 3 in my eyes. A lot of people say, oh, LeBron. LeBron's got the numbers. But Kobe, and I'm talking about, if you've got a series, you've got a game closeout, that's Mike and then Kobe in my eyes. So you've got a guy who played with an assassin like that, a closer, and you don't hear take his wisdom and listen to him. I felt like he brushed Shaq off. Now look, maybe he's embarrassed that everybody's like calling him out and putting him on blast. And then you had T-Mac before the game talking to him. I don't know what was happening, but you're reading Cat's face. Listen to the guys who are Hall of Famers, and T-Mac is one of those guys you don't want to face, man. I know he didn't have as many opportunities as you would have wanted, but T-Mac is up there. I put him up there. I was shocked he was not a top 75 player. I told you when it happened, I would have put him over James Harden. No question. Not even batting an eye. T-Mac was that cold. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, here we go. 2 points. They're putting a small guy on you. And yes, when I was watching the game and I'm looking here and I was, in between commercials and stuff, called my Uncle T or he called me or what have you. I forgot how it went. But we're sitting there and I'm like, Cat, I'm really frustrated. And then he was like, you put a shooter there, and then you can't double team him. And I'm like, Landry didn't play. And tonight, this game was the return of one Deuce McBrizzle, but then we lost Deuce. And I hope it's not for too long. I hope Deuce can come back because his defense was on display. He really helped. I mean, Shai was struggling, and Deuce had a major role in that. And when he got hurt, and the Knicks, they kept things under wraps, it didn't look good, man. I hope he's all right. I hope he's okay, and I hope he can play and help get his bearings back in these final 7 games. But the Knicks, to me, had an opportunity to show the NBA world that it's time, it's go time, and they failed, right? Now, does it matter in the grand scheme of things? No. But yes, in a sense, because for me anyway, I felt like something was missing. And I felt like, and I've been feeling like there's something missing with this team. And I don't know about you, Knicks fans, but do you see it? There's something missing. Now, I get it. Regular season, we saw the Knicks turn up in last season, last playoff, and they beat the Celtics, and they beat the Pistons, and everything like that. I'm watching the game. I'm like, wow, the Pacers took OKC to 7. The Knicks look, and then they look out of sorts, and obviously I'm sure Mike Brown was holding things back, and I'm sure that if they played OKC, I mean, the big man lineup is a problem, right? With Mitchell Robinson and Cat. I'm sure he didn't want to show too much. One thing also that disturbed me was, and I guess this is what's going to happen. Remember I said when Deuce comes back, what's going to happen with Mo Diawara? You're going to put him on ice? Mike Brown channeled his inner Thomas Thibodeau there. I guess it's going to be Deuce McBrizzle. It's going to be a Landry Shamet. And I hope that Jordan Clarkson is not put on ice. But look, in 21 minutes, he was 1 for 6 from the field, only 2 points. Alvarado was 3 for 10. And obviously Deuce was 0 for 3, and we hope Deuce can come back. Again, the Knicks lost an opportunity to make a statement, whatever it is, and they've lost 6 straight now to the champs since Jalen Brunson has gotten here. It's all whatever. At this point, you can't get it back. But I need to see the Knicks. They've got 7 games to go. The next game is against the Houston Rockets. You've got to win games. At this point in time, they have the Celtics coming up. They hold a tiebreaker. The Celtics are up 3 games now. I don't see the Knicks getting the 2nd seed. I don't. Now, in the rearview mirror, objects appear closer than they seem, or whatever it says, right? You see that on your rearview if you drive or whatever. Is that even there anymore? Objects appear closer or whatever. Am I dating myself? But it used to be there. Objects appear closer. Either on the rearview mirror, side mirrors, it used to be something. So I'm not saying this out of nowhere. This is a thing. I think the Knicks have to be real careful. I mean, do they care? I don't know, but they've got to be careful because right now they're in the 3rd seed. A game and a half behind them is Cleveland. Then you've got the Raptors. Here's the deal. And they brought this up during the telecast. Reggie Miller did. If you're the Knicks, do you play this game where, okay, well, do we avoid this team, avoid that team? My thing is, you've got 7 games left. Win as many as you need. You need 2 more to get to 50, right? Win as many as you need. This is tune-up time. This is go time. Obviously, I don't know if Mike Brown. I wouldn't be surprised he was holding things back. Because I think if the Knicks, maybe played the big lineup and, maybe they would have fouled Mitch. I don't know. The Knicks have things they can do that watching this game, I'm like, all right, put that in the archives, put it in the Rolodex, put the tape aside, and, hopefully when the playoffs start, things change. But the Knicks definitely left much to be desired in that 4th quarter. and I was annoyed, but I really wanted them to get that game. It didn't happen. What say you, Knicks fans? How you feeling with this loss? Let me know in the comments. Now it's that time. Rick Pitino was not able to get past Duke, but got a new contract. Well-deserved, actually. His contract goes through 2029, 2030. I mean, he did a great job with St. John's, so well-deserved. I'd like to thank everyone for you all for tuning in. Folks, I'm on most social media platforms at Sam I Analyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.